How much time do you spend every week getting to and from the grocery store? Meet Shoma Bay in North Bay Village, where the Publix is downstairs, the house car is a chauffeured Rolls-Royce, and a chef-driven restaurant is going in on the promenade. 333 residences, 24 floors, delivering Q4 2027, with paddle courts, a rooftop saltwater pool, and a spa with a hammam and a cold plunge. And you can still get in under $1 million. My name is Brian C. Smith at Berkshire Halfway, Home Services, EWM Realty. I have people just like you reaching out to me every single month to help with their next move. If you would like to have a conversation about your unique situation, feel free to call or text me at 305-318-8200. Hi, Mariana.
Hi, Brian.
Thanks for having me out here at Shoma Bay today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, excited.
So today I come to you from North Bay Village, and I'm going to be talking to you about Shoma Bay. So who is the developer for the project?
Shoma Group, the president is Masood Solji. He has over 38 years in the industry, has won multiple awards.
Awesome. Shoma Bay is developed by Shoma Group, founded in 1988 by Masood Shojaji, now led with his wife Stephanie Shojaji as president. More than 20,000 homes delivered, over $6 billion in transactions. This is a Miami family that has been building here for almost 40 years. Shoma Group is not doing this alone. Their strategic partner is Cosmo Developments out of Dubai, led by Andrea Nocera. That partnership is spelled out on the developer's August 2026 presentation. Architecture is MSA Architects, founded in 1980, led by George Maurice, Miami and Costa Rica offices. Interiors are Adriana Hoyos and the AHC Group, 25 years, more than 2,500 projects worldwide. So for Shoma Bay, what is roughly the entry price per square foot?
The entry price per square foot is around $1,100 a foot, is the blended average.
About $1,100 per square foot.
Yes, correct.
333 residences on 24 floors. Typical residences run the middle of the building, the lower penthouses sit above them, and the penthouse collection is the top level. 17 residences per typical floor. Ceilings are 10.2 feet in typical residences, 11.5 feet in the lower penthouses, and 12.1 feet in the penthouses, with double height living areas up top. The smallest residence is a studio at 376 square feet interior, 437 square feet including the balcony. The largest is penthouse model P6 at 3,645 square feet interior, 3,937 square feet total, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, priced at $5.6 million. On the current price list, typical residences run $966,000 to $1.737 million. Lower penthouses run $2.59 million to $3.28 million. Penthouses run $3.479 million to $5.6 million. That is roughly $968 per square foot at the low end and $1,784 per square foot at the top. Here is the Shoma Bay deposit schedule. 30% at contract, 10% at the amenity deck, projected Q3 2026, another 10% projected Q1 2027, balance at closing in Q4 2027. 30% down at signing is heavier than most of the island. Continuum next door is 20% at contract. That cuts both ways. It thins out the buyer pool, and it tells you the developer is not chasing volume. HOA is $1.60 per square foot. Wine lockers are $6,000 add-on. Additional parking, storage rooms, blinds, and the LG Styler steam closet are also add-ons in typical residences. Now the question I get more than any other, can you rent it? Yes. 30-day minimum lease, 12 leases per year, that is the declaration. And that 30-day floor is doing more work than it looks like. North Bay Village treats anything under 30 days as a short-term rental, with licensing, an annual inspection, a 2 guests per bedroom cap, and fines up to $5,000. A 30-day minimum keeps you out of that entirely. The one thing I still want in writing before you sign, the funded reserve schedule. So I really enjoyed today coming into North Bay Village, and can you tell me a little bit about the neighborhood?
Absolutely. So North Bay Village is under a huge transformation. We are located 5 minutes from Miami Beach and 5 minutes from the mainland of Miami.
Awesome. Shoma Bay sits at 1850 John F. Kennedy Causeway. That is the 79th Street Causeway, one of only 4 crossings between mainland Miami and Miami Beach. North Bay Village is its own municipality, its own police department, its own fire rescue. Right next door, North Bay Village has partnered with the Argentine Football Association, or AFA, the federation that runs Argentina's national team, on a new community center and park. Shoma Bay residents get direct access, sports and training facilities, tennis and pickleball courts, parks and trails. This is how the island looked 5 years ago. A 2020 master plan rewrite, and then in October 2022, the Sunbeam approval raised waterfront height limits on this causeway from 240 feet to 340 feet, all the way up to 450 feet to 650 feet. That one vote turned a sleepy 1950s causeway into a branded residence corridor. And Shoma Bay was approved back in 2021 before that wave. It got its building permit in October 2025, and now it is going vertical. Let me put Shoma Bay next to its neighbors, because they are not the same product, and the buyers keep treating them like they are. Continuum Club and Residences, 236 units, 36 stories, 2028, marina access. Tula Residences, 54 units, 21 stories, boutique, and the furthest along of any of them. It went back under construction in early 2025, and is set to be the first new condominium delivered in North Bay Village in over a decade. Pagani Residences, 70 units, 30 stories, private marina from $3.9 million. Ritz-Carlton Residences, North Bay Village, from Related and Maclo, 364 units in 2 43-story towers, 42 slip marina. And Sunbeam on Treasure Island is approved for roughly 1,936 units at heights up to 650 feet. Shoma Bay has no marina, no boat slips, no dock. If a boat is the reason you are buying on this island, this is not your building, and I would rather tell you that now. What Shoma Bay is the only one of these that is a convenience and entry price play instead of a waterfront play, and it is still plenty luxurious.
Okay.
So Mariana, here at Shoma Bay, what do you think is the greatest differentiator of this project against all other projects out there in Miami?
Okay, well, number one, we have over 65,000 square feet of amenities. We cater to all types of lifestyles. So if you're in business, we have workspaces. For your pets, we have a pet spa. We also have wellness, a wellness spa with water therapy, sauna, and we have a rooftop pool with panoramic views that is also for saltwater. So it's amazing health, wellness, and we are also going to have commercial space. We'll be bringing the first Publix to the island of North Bay Village.
I love the ocean. I love the saltwater. Chlorine can go.
Yes, exactly.
The Publix is between 35,000 square feet and 37,000 square feet. It sits in its own podium attached to the tower, with ground floor retail along the sidewalk, roughly 15,000 square feet to 16,000 square feet of it, and a chef-driven restaurant on the retail promenade. To be precise, because agents get this wrong, it is not in your lobby. It is attached to your building. You walk out your door and you are there. It is easy to read this as a bullet point. It is not a bullet point. It is the whole thesis. On an island with 2 ways off it, a grocery store you can reach without starting your car changes what a Tuesday looks like. The honest other side, the supermarket means a loading dock, delivery trucks, and traffic at the base of your building. Ask me when we look at the property which lines sit above the podium roof before you pick a floor. The amenities. So what do you actually get at Shoma Bay? A rooftop pool deck with a heated saltwater pool, cabanas, outdoor showers, and a summer kitchen. Resident-only paddle courts, a 2-story fitness center with techno gym, echelon bikes, and hydro rowers, yoga and Pilates, a spa with a hammam, a cold plunge, experience showers, a dry sauna, a steam room, treatment rooms, and a salon, an owner's lounge with a bar, a golf simulator, a cigar lounge, a wine cellar, a cinema, a kids club, a pet spa, and a Zen garden with fire pits and a putting green. 2,600 square feet of co-working with private offices and a library, and a refrigerated food delivery room, which sounds small until your groceries sit in a Miami lobby for 4 hours. And then there is the house car. Shoma Bay calls it the Rolls-Royce house car service, a Cullinan with a courtesy chauffeur for residents. Be clear-eyed. That is one car for 333 residences. Ask how booking works, what the hours are, and how far it will take you. So Mariana, I can see we have this amazing mock-up here.
Yes.
And where is your favorite floor plan at Shoma Bay?
My favorite floor plan is our 3 bedrooms. It's a southwest corner unit. It's up to almost 1,500 square feet, and it's from here to this corner. And it has a beautiful wraparound balcony that offers you unobstructed views of downtown Miami skyline, Miami Beach, and the beautiful Biscayne Bay.
Amazing. So you have the sunsets, you have a little bit of warmth, and views to die for.
Exactly, exactly.
Awesome. Here is every floor plan at Shoma Bay and what each one costs per square foot. 17 residences per typical floor, studios at 376 square feet, the A1 one-bedroom at 750 square feet, the A2 one-bedroom plus den at 881 square foot, and the A3 at 1,184 square feet with a bedroom and a half bath. 2 bedrooms run from the B1 at 1,085 square feet up to the B5 at 1,253 square feet with a 274 square foot terrace, the biggest balcony in the typical stack. The C1 3-bedroom is 1,443 square feet inside, 1,648 square feet with the terrace. 2 plans at Shoma Bay are super rare. The B1 A.2 2-bedroom is 1,304 square feet. It is on level 12, that floor only. The B3 is 1,201 square feet, and it only runs from levels 2 through 10. One thing the floor plans will not tell you: the developer will combine units. If nothing on this list is right, ask me. Let's get with the developer's in-house team and let's figure out what will be a great win for you. Which floor plan is the best value at Shoma Bay? The A3. It's 1,184 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, priced at a hair below 1.15. That is $968 per square foot. For comparison, the A1 next door is 750 square feet at $966,000. That is $1,288 per square foot. Same building, same finishes, $320 a square foot apart. You're buying 434 more square feet and a half bath for $182,700. What will you actually see from your floor at Shoma Bay? The developer rendered a view study from every level, 10 through 23, plus a roof, north, south, and west, each labeled with its elevation. Level 23 sits at 230 feet. The roof is at 243 feet. So you do not have to guess what the 18th floor facing south looks like. It has already been drawn. Message me the line and the direction you're considering, and I will send you the view. What comes standard inside a Shoma Bay residence? Modern Italian cabinetry, decked-in countertops and backsplash, a Miele package, panel-ready refrigerator, wall oven, induction cooktop, panel-ready dishwasher. Baths get Roca backlit mirrors, frameless rain showers, A-scale stone sinks, 24 by 48 inch porcelain floors. Lower penthouses and penthouses step up to Gaggenau in the kitchen and the Armani bath collection. LG washer and dryer, built out closets in every unit, sound insulated walls and floors, solid core doors, floor to ceiling glass onto the balcony. Is Shoma Bay being built? Yes. Sales launch September 2022. Groundbreaking was June of 2024. The master building permit was issued in October of 2025, and it is going vertical right now. That is the crane in these photos shot this July. Delivery is targeted for Q4 2027, and the deposit schedule is built around that date. So who should buy at Shoma Bay? If you want a boat, buy at Pagani, Tula, or Continuum, or wait for the Ritz-Carlton. Shoma Bay has no marina, and it never will. If you want the lowest priced, credible way onto the island today in a building that's already being built with a Publix downstairs, paddle on site, and a delivery date backed by a permit and vertical construction, Shoma Bay is the one. The A3 is the value play. The B5 is the terrace play. The penthouse collection is the trophy. I am Brian C. Smith with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, EWM Realty. Call or text me at 305-318-8200. Oral representations cannot be relied upon as correctly stating the representations of the developer. For correct representations, make references to documents required by Section 718.503 Florida statutes.